Hello and welcome back into Cooling Down on the Birds Broadcast Network. I'm your host, Sammy Miller, alongside your broadcasters, Ian Nicholas and Dylan Pescatore. And the Firebirds were unable to get it done tonight, losing 14-12 against the Chatham Anglers. And that wraps up the regular season for the Firebirds. We saw a lot of arms tonight. 8, in fact, on the bump. Dylan, what did you see from those arms?
Well, it was a lot of arms really trying to make an audition or just getting innings in before the playoffs, right? There was a lot of new guys, 2 new guys who came in, and Everett Catlett out of Georgetown and Joel Rodriguez. They pitched an inning each as well. Some better than others, but a lot of walks tonight as a whole for the pitching staff. 10 walks. You can't win that way, although the Firebirds almost did with their offense. You can't win with 10 walks, and tonight it showed who's ready for the bright lights and who really isn't. Now Kelly Nicholson has to determine who he trusts when it comes to the big games that start on Friday.
And even though the Firebirds weren't able to get it done, there were some moments of excellence on the offensive end. A 2-run homer from Colin Tuft, then a 2-run homer from Jack Penny in the 9th. What did you see from those two guys?
Well, Colin Tuft had a great night, not only defensively, but that was a really big shot. Owen Carpellotti got punked by a pitch, and Tuft took advantage and made it a 2-run home run. And then you go in the 9th inning, Jack Penny, he's Mr. Clutch, right? Him in the middle of his order. He's been batting third all summer long, and he's been getting it done time and time again. And that's when you started to think maybe this was legit. And the Firebirds had a great shot. But those 2 hits in particular to show the Firebirds got some home run power. Colin Tuft, 2 home runs on the summer. Jack Penny, I think that's his 4th or 5th on the year. This isn't a team that relies on the long ball, but they've got guys who can certainly hit it 1 through 9.
I spoke to Jack after the game, and he said this is huge for his confidence moving forward, and he just cannot wait to see this team come playoff time. And Dylan, speaking of playoff time, even though they couldn't get the win, that 9th inning was a huge momentum boost. How much do you think it's going to help them moving forward?
Well, absolutely. You put up 4 runs in that 9th inning where you came in down 6. The Firebirds were down 10 in the 6th inning, and they came back to make it a game with the tying run at the plate and Eddie King, who couldn't get it done. Momentum carries through. Even though there's an off day tomorrow, the playoffs start Friday. Once again, they battle back. We've said it time and time again. Even when the Birds lose, they come back and they fight tooth and nail. They don't give up. They don't give up at-bats, no matter the score. 13-3, they could have laid down and taken a nap for the past 3 innings, but they didn't. They came back, and they almost took down Chatham.
That really is the winning mentality, never throwing in the towel. Now, unfortunately, tonight, the Firebirds were unable to clinch the number 1 seed. YD will take the number 1 spot in the East. What does this mean for the Firebirds moving forward into playoffs?
It means they play Harwich, a team that, had the number through the first 4 games of the year, but it's a really different Mariners team. The Firebirds won the last 2, one with a blowout from White House, another one a walk-off Jake Casey, the hero, just a few days ago. It's a Harwich team that doesn't necessarily have a talent ahead of the start of the year, right? Lost its Team USA guys, lost a couple of their other big hitters, and I think ultimately it's a better matchup than the Brewster one. And you might be looking at me crazy because Brewster swept by Orleans this year, but you know what? It's hard to beat a team 8 times in the summer. So I think you got good momentum against Harwich right now, and I think Orleans has a good shot to get to the next round where they'll play either Brewster or, in my mind, YD.
Well, that'll do it for the regular season. 44 games are done, and now it's the moment that everyone's been waiting for. It's about to be playoff time. We'll see you on Friday.